I'm going to go ahead and let you position your radar. So if you want to mark the sweeps or anything like that, you can. Otherwise, they're coming off. Feel like you're looking for a needle in a haystack?
I thought I had you one time, but apparently not.
Apparently not.
You have no contacts yet. Let's see, there's a sweep there. You got to remember, my bombers are moving, so you can't hunt for where you think I used to be. You have to kind of try to play and see how far I might have moved. Yeah, I believe that's accurate there. So sometimes I might have to move the sweeps around because I have to look at my map and make sure I'm actually in the closest hex to your bomber. So that's the information at present. You want to do any tallies?
Yep, I'll do a tally roll, 5 dice.
5 dice.
Yep. And you didn't find anything. Alright, so we go to game turn 6. So if you want to turn away for a second, I'll show where the viewers where the bombers are.
Okay, I'm away.
I'm away.
So that is the current situation, and Charles is trying to figure out where these guys are. Alright, you can look again.
If you guys have any tips, you're more than welcome to help me out here.
Hey, no coast watchers here.
Here.
Alright, so next turn, all the bombers on map are going to move, and it's an asterisk turn again. Alright, gotta decide if I'm going to enter somebody or not. Give me just a sec.
Man, it's hard enough to catch that first wave of bombers. Now I got a second wave coming in.
Yeah, there's a little bomber stream going on, and once you get 2 or 3 on board, the radar, you have a better chance of picking somebody up on radar, but it can be really deceptive to the player because the sweeps aren't quite as helpful now. All right, you may fly around.
You said a minimum of two,
right?
Minimum of 2. Be aware that once a bomber enters into one of those pink zones down toward the bottom, I will have to let you know by placing a spotlight marker into that zone. So you probably don't want to fly too far away from where those zones are.
So you ready for a radar movement?
Yeah, go ahead and if you're done flying, go ahead and do your radar placement. And for those of you listening by video, I think I kind of mixed that up on some of those entry chits. So I went ahead and repositioned that last one to make sure I had it on the topmost number. God, I can't believe I got all that wrong. So hopefully that doesn't mess our game up here too badly. Okay, so you move Wurzburg there now? Are those your final placements?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I took the sweep marker by mistake.
Oh, I see. There's your sweeps.
Wow.
Wow.
And the movement of the bombers is 2, and then plus 1 on a start turn?
That's correct. Now you know that indicates the direction of the bomber, because you moved Freya in the opposite direction of the sweep marker. So you're flying away from the contact. In the present orientation that you have right now, Freya's sweep is saying there's a contact behind your fighter. You're not flying towards a target, you're flying away from a contact. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
So the Wurzburg sweep is telling you there is a fighter south of that in that direction, south of that marker. You want to do any tallies?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
And no targets. Or no tallies, I should say. Okay, next turn. We're going to move the bombers. Now it's a non-asterisk turn, so we're only moving 2. Here we go with the bombers. Okie dokie.
Move fighters?
Yes, it is the move fighter phase. And you move your fighters before the radar.
Oops, okay. Okay.
All right, those are your radar placements. Let me go ahead and put down the sweeps. You have no contacts. Alrighty, and now we come to searchlight phase, and there is some searchlight activity going on. So give me a second, I gotta find the marker. You have searchlight activity in area J. The placement of my marker in no wise indicates the column or even general vicinity. I just put it on the J so that you know that there's searchlights playing for a target in that area. And now the player is going to be able to roll for each marker on the map that has each of these searchlight markers on the map. And the number you're going to get to roll, I believe, is 4. Let me double check it. In good visibility with Moon, you roll 4 dice. Okay, and he rolls 3, 1, 1, and 2. And that indicates you have fixed a bomber right there.
I should have known you'd gone for the edge.
Now, your die roll is a little helpful to you there. You rolled 4 dice, so you know one of those 3 die roll faces, 3, 1, 1, and 2, one of those die roll faces matches that on the bomber. Okay, so you're obviously too far away to try to tally that particular bomber. You got to be within 5 hexes once Searchlight has a play on it. By the way, if the fighter ever flies off the map, he's gone. He can't come back, so don't fly off the map.
Okay.
All right. So, and obviously it doesn't make sense to do any tallies where you are now because you're within the Freya search zone and there was no contacts. Okay, so we can go to the next turn. And I'm going to be moving the bombers, and it is an asterisk turn. Okay, you may fly around, and when you're done flying your fighter, you will be able to place the radars. I don't know if you can catch that bomber, Charles. He's a long ways away, and you're only going to be able to gain 1 movement point on him. I think you're better off hunting the others.
Sorry.
Make sure you fly your fighter before you do your radar. That sequence is very important because you have to kind of try to guess where you want your fighter to be before you place the radar and get the information from the radar sets.
So looking at the location of the sweep marker and my Freya right now, my best bet is to go back towards the edge of the board there. Like so. I think I'll go there.
Alrighty.
Okay, done.
Okay, you have no contacts. Sweep counter. There's your sweep information.
Okay.
Alrighty. Obviously, you probably don't want to do a tally given the search radar indicates there's no target anywhere within 1 hex radius of you because of the placement of the sweep. You're in the same column as the search radar, so we can go to the next turn. Alright, so the bombers are going to move. Now, as soon as a bomber moves from one searchlight belt to another, you can try to hand off the search to the searchlight in the new belt. So what you could do is you could do a handoff, and when you do a handoff, you just automatically roll 4 dice, no matter what the visibility is. So go ahead and roll 4 dice, just for the sake of fulfilling the rule here. And that matches the bomber, so you still got to fix on the bomber in area M. It's not going to matter because you won't catch that bomber before he exits the map, but just to show how that rule works, if he's closer maybe and maybe lost a tally on him, you can automatically try to hand off the searches when a bomber goes from zone to zone. Alright, so now you can fly around, and when finished maneuvering your fighter, position your radar. Charles, I'm really kind of rooting for you here. I hope you find something. All right, those your placements?
Yes.
All right, give me a second here. I got to save the recording.